Welcome back to the collaboration space. I'm Matthew DeFreitas. Joining me today is AVI-SPL's James Perez and Neat's Mark Barragan. Today we're exploring how flexible solutions help IT create workplaces that support every work style. And we're looking at how Neat is helping companies make it happen. James, Mark, welcome to the collaboration space.
Thanks, Matthew. Excited to be here.
Thanks, Matthew. Happy as well. And good to see you again, James, as always.
Likewise, sir.
Thank you both again for coming on the podcast. James, let's start with you. You frequently interact with organizations. What are the common user experience priorities they're focused on these days?
Sure. I think when they're looking for their future-ready work solutions, what they're looking for is a collaboration solution that really flexes with how they work, right? Because no two work styles look the same. The things that they really highlight on our creative whiteboarding sessions, structured trainings, they want high-stakes client presentations. But for their organizations and their employees, what they're looking for is one-touch startup, access to workplace apps, simple content sharing. They want the consistent collaboration experience in every space. So that means the same devices in different rooms look the same. So that they account for the space that we're in, how we're using the space, and if we're seated or standing. And the best part is I have my friend here from Neat, Mark, who's going to take us through a demo and show you how Neat delivers on all those points.
Thanks, bud. So yes, let's talk about that here. So we're here in the Neat offices, and we're going to see a couple of the boards in action today. So follow me as I go through the office over here. One of the nice things is, I love what you said, James, flexibility. And that's what I think has been such a great partnership between AVI-SPL and Neat, is we're bringing that flexibility to our customers. And before we jump into one of these Neat boardrooms, we have scheduling displays as well. And I know, James, you and your team have got a lot of these installed for customers. Super simple to walk up and do things like book a space or just view a floor plan in case you need to jump to another room on the fly. This is a Neat pad right here, so highly recommended that in your spaces you have those scheduling displays. But let's take a quick look over here at what we came to see today, which is the Neat board. And by the way, the Neat board comes in the 50-inch here or our 65-inch flavor. This happens to be on one of our stands here at Neat. It's a versatile stand, and you can see here that it has wheels at the bottom. It has acoustic panels as well. And the acoustic panels are great because we use recyclable materials from the ocean, those water bottles, and we crunch them up and we get acoustic properties with these panels over here. You mentioned something also, James, which was, whether you want to sit down or stand. So here we can adjust this. Low if we're having a video conference, high if I'm standing up here giving a presentation or doing a whiteboard session. Either way, I have this flexibility here. So yes, that word is, you're hearing this a lot today, flexibility. What I want to do now is play a quick little video and then join you from this here and just show you just how flexible these are. So I'll be right back. So what do you think, James? I mean, that's kind of what you were thinking, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right? The flexibility, the ease of use. And, one thing I know that Neat Board 50 does, right, is that active camera tracking or using. So again, it's able to adjust, zoom in, zoom out. I think that really enhances the remote user's experience. So if you can touch on that a little bit, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, let's do that. So normally, if you have a camera that's still and it doesn't do much, you're going to get this. I'm going to go ahead and sit down, and I really get that distance. And, you, James, and Matthew are perfectly framed out, but I should have that same experience in here. So let's turn on exactly what you're saying, which is our capability over here of changing to, framing me properly. And so now I have flexibility. Now I go and sit down. And you'll notice that I'll start getting framed out, and this is exactly what you're describing, right? Is that capability of doing this? Even if I move around to another seat over here, right? I have this and then I get framed out properly. So that's the flexibility. And then you mentioned also standing up. So if I stand up and come up to the board, I have this flexibility as well as collaborating over here with you. And if I just, said, hey, James, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about what our teams are going to do, right? So we have AVI over here, and we have Neat over here. So we have this capability, which equals happy customers,
Absolutely.
right? So yeah,
Again,
so see,
we've deployed so many of these Neat Board 50s. I think it's great because, again, used a lot in huddle rooms, but the best part is you can also move it out into different open areas where I know you're going to walk us through. I know we have a Neat Board Pro setup, but you could also move the Neat Board 50 into those types of rooms, which, again, creates flexibility, ease of use, and people just want to interact with the technology that's in the space, and it's quite amazing.
yeah, let's take a look at that then. So great point. I'll walk to the next space over here and we'll talk a little bit about the versatility of what you explained. I'll be back. So we have a larger space here, and the larger space, we have a setup here at the front over here with 2 screens. And what you're going to notice over here is we have another Neat board. This is our 65-inch version, again on wheels, so it's flexible. We can move it around. And this right here, we've actually paired it to this space over here for this larger all-hand space. So if I look at the front, we have our traditional Neat Bar Pro with 2 screens. But what happens in here is presenters like to walk around, have content over here. And then what happens next is they ask us, well, how do I get the content from here to these other screens? And that's where we have that Neat Share, right? So you're alluding to the flexibility. I click on Neat Share, and now I can navigate this beautiful site here. I can see all the different solutions you have, right? So I can see your meeting rooms, et cetera. Just easily do this on the fly. So I have this flexibility to use Neat Share. When I'm done, I simply hit stop, and it stops casting. And it's doing this all over the network. There's no physical connections here. So very versatile. Just plug it in Wi-Fi, that's it.
Yeah, it really hits home on the ease of use. Now, I can see that the Neat Board Pro is on a stand, but you also have it on a fixed version, right? Correct? We can mount it to a wall, again, if the customer desires.
Yes, absolutely. I forgot about that. So let's take a look at one of those. So yes, 3 ways. Those rolled stands you saw on wheels, flexible. We have the fixed wall mount, and then you alluded to an adjustable wall mount. So this one right here is basically a wall mount that's adjustable. By the way, this is a Neat part number, so you don't have to go to the third party. So all you're dealing with here is AVI-SPL and Neat, and that's it. So you order it in one of the 3 different ways. We like to have it high when we're showing, like in this case, digital signage. And then, if we convert this over to a video conferencing area here, we lower it so that you have that eye contact. So again, flexibility, right, that you mentioned at the beginning, it's all about that. And we want to make it in such a way that it's easy, not just for the customer to use, but also for your team to deploy, right?
Absolutely. And again, it brings great value to the customer because, again, they find and get a solution that is so multi-versatile and they can use it in so many different dynamic ways. Absolutely hits home for them, and that's why they love it.
Absolutely. So, and again, I can't reiterate how many happy customers we have together with, Neat and specifically, James, your team here in California. You guys are doing an awesome job, and we really appreciate it. So, yeah, Matthew, anything else that we might have missed here on our discussion?
No, I think you've done a wonderful job of sharing all that the Neat Board Pro and Neat Board 50 can do. James, when you see customers adopt these tools, what's the impact on their work experience?
Sure. I think from an organizational standpoint, they want their employees just to have solutions that just work. So where Neat really hits home is that the users can simply walk into a room, bring a device into that space where they're comfortable, touch the screen, and off they go.
Mhm.
IT also loves the Neat because of the management and updates are simple. It's centralized control through Neat Pulse. So both the Board Pro, the Board 50 are on this. They're intuitive, they're quick, they make an office place somewhere that the employees want to go, and it's a destination that they really love.
Yep. Mark, James, this has been super insightful. Thank you both for painting a picture of the common user experience demands of today and how Neat solutions can fulfill them. Just before we wrap up, I'd love to touch on how Neat and AVI-SPL are working together to help IT address these needs.
Sure. I think
Yeah.
from an AVI-SPL standpoint, I think the innovative tech that Neat is bringing, plus their partnership with an AVI-SPL design integration and the support services, that's where it really hits home for IT, supports their ever-evolving work styles and getting their organization's future-ready workplaces.
Yeah, and again, as I mentioned before, It's been a pleasure working with the AVI-SPL team, specifically James and his team, since we're both based here in California. And we're just looking forward to getting these devices in the hands of customers and making them happy together. So thank you so much for all the partnerships.
Well, thank you both, James, Mark, again. And thank you for the demonstration. Really appreciate it. To everyone listening or watching, thank you for joining us in the collaboration space. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. Thank you again, and goodbye for now.
Thank you for having us. Goodbye.
For more information, visit avispl.com/neat.